Hey everyone, and welcome to the first video of the channel, Crypto Conversations with Joe. My name is Joe, obviously, I'm your host. Um, I'm not sure what this YouTube channel is going to end up being. I may just have a couple of videos for friends and family that if they have questions about crypto, I can just send them the link to these videos and say, here you go, it's everything you need to know. If you have any questions, let me know. I may expand upon this depending just how it goes. So I guess for anyone that I'm sending this to, what is crypto and Bitcoin and why you should care about it? So let me. I asked ChatGPT this question. How was crypto created? Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies were created as a decentralized digital form of currency that is not controlled by governments or financial institutions. We learned about this in 2008 and how the banking system and fractionalized reserve banking was so corrupt and how it led to the financial crisis. The creators of Bitcoin envisioned a way to facilitate secure, fast, and low cost transactions worldwide without the use for trusted intermediaries, meaning that if we're all using Bitcoin, I can send you however many Satoshis or whatever many Bitcoins, if it's that much, um, directly to you, as opposed to having to go to a bank and pulling out cash or using some kind of payment system like a credit card, debit card, which takes several days, costs fees. This is almost free when you're talking about the fees. They're very small. Cryptocurrencies were also created to provide users with greater privacy and anonymity in their financial transactions. Additionally, decentralization was seen as a way to hold financial institutions accountable and reduce corruption and the fraud in the global financial system. Um, I then asked Bitcoin or ChatGPT to summarize what Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are digital forms of currency that use cryptography to secure and verify transactions and control the creation of new units. They operate independently of centralized banking systems and are decentralized, meaning they are not controlled by any government or financial institutions. They are often used as medium of exchanges for goods and services and as speculative investment. So, now that I have that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what is Bitcoin specifically and who created it. It was created in 2008, 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto. No one knows who they are, how many people they are, or were, if they're even alive still. That is the great debate. So if you have any more questions about it, you can read the crypto white paper, but I'm going to just kind of briefly go over that with you guys. You can find it right here. Just go to bitcoin.org and then you can find the white paper, or just Google crypto white paper or Bitcoin white paper. And it is 9 pages of the way Bitcoin works, the way it runs, everything you need to know. It's very elegant and simple. I'm not going to read you 9 pages worth of information, but it is worth a read. So moving forward, so say you're into Bitcoin, you're interested. So what do you need to do first? Well, you're going to need to, one, set up an exchange or get onto an exchange that sells crypto, right? There are several ways to do it. I'm going to show you the way that I think is the fastest and the easiest for everyone, and just to get it out of the way. So again, sharing my screen. If you go to bitcoin.org again, they have this fantastic little article, I guess you could call it, that tells you what mobile wallets are, desktop wallets, hardware wallets are. Gives you all kinds of really cool information. But I'm going to just show you for, again, how I think it should be done. We are going to go with Ledger. And the reason we're going to do Ledger is it's the hardware wallet. It's the safest, and it's the one that I use. I think it's the safest, and it's the one that I have the most experience with. So let's get you. You're going to go to ledger.com and you're going to click on hardware wallets. If you have family members, mom, whoever, and you want to get multiple, they have the bundle packs. Those are super cool. They just came out with the stacks. If you're into NFTs and stuff like that, that's cool. Not my thing. So you can either go with the Nano Ledger S Plus or the Nano Ledger X. I have no experience with the Nano Ledger S. I know some people who have. It's the older version. It's smaller. It's cheaper. If you have a budget, cool, go with that. It has a lot of the same features, except for it doesn't have Bluetooth technology. Is the Bluetooth nice? Yes, it is. Does it make it worth the extra money? If I had the choice between spending $150 on the Edge or the Nano X, or putting the extra money into Bitcoin right now, honestly, I'd probably put the money into Bitcoin and just buy this $79 one. Again, completely dependent on you. Either way, you can't really go wrong. But say you do decide to use the X, because that's the one that I have and have the most experience, we're going to go with that. You pick your color. I would always recommend you guys buying it directly from Ledger as opposed to like Amazon, some other possibly shady website that offers it cheaper. Spend the money and buy it directly from the manufacturer, so you don't have to worry about someone sending you back, or someone sending back a ledger, but they now know your key phrase and all your stuff gets stolen. I've heard it happens. I don't know anyone who actually had that happen to them, but I have heard of it happening. Just food for thought. So once you get your ledger, you're going to also come up here, and what you can do, and what I would recommend you do, is get one of these stainless steel kind of, they call them billfold or whatever. But what you can do is you can put your numeric phrase, your 24 key phrase in here, so you never have to worry about losing it or it getting burned up, or something bad happening to it. If you don't have the money, make sure you store your seed phrases somewhere extremely safe. Keep multiple copies of them. Put them at your grandma's house in her attic, or, whatever you can think of as a safe place that you will remember. If you lose your 24 numeric code key phrase for your ledger, and then you end up locked out of your ledger, you are screwed. That you cannot get that back. So always make sure you have multiple copies in multiple places that are safe and secure. Okay. Check that off now. I have a list, so we're going off this list, guys. Again, it's my first video, so don't judge. So you're going to sign up for an exchange next, right? I would always recommend getting the ledger first before you start buying the crypto. Reason is, super cool that you've got money in crypto until something like FTX happens, something like Kraken happens, something like any of those exchanges that got shut down recently, right? Then you're out your money. I mean, for a perfect example, look at Celsius with Machinsky and how he want to get started on that. If you want to dive down that rabbit hole, go ahead and dive down that rabbit hole. But that guy's a scumbag who stole millions, well, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars from people who were sticking their money into his service that were just holding, it's just for people who didn't want to have the responsibility of holding their own crypto, right? They wanted to invest $50 a week, stick it in there, and it all got stolen from them. Always buy your ledger first. That way you are able to start transferring your crypto immediately, so it's not on the exchange. Do not keep anything on exchanges for more than the time allowed or required to transfer it off. So we're going to come here. So depending on where you live and what state you're in, if you're in America, then there are going to be some exchanges you cannot use. I live in Texas. I cannot use Binance.us. That's just is what it is. I can't use it. I couldn't use Kraken or a few others. I think you could use Kraken at one point in Texas. I don't know who you can and can't use. I've always just bought Coinbase because when I got into crypto, I looked into it and they had the most regulation. They were the ones who were always seem to be talking to the SEC. Not that that's done them any good because, thanks, Gary. But they are the ones who are the most transparent to me, or so it seemed. So it seems. We're going to come here. You're going to sign in or create an account, right? You're going to do your KYC. KYC is know your customer. You will follow those steps. It's extremely easy, right? Once you have your account created, whether you choose to use Binance or you choose to use Coinbase is completely up to you. Like I said, I'm in Texas. This was the easiest one to use, so we went with that. So you can see this is what I have that I have not transferred off of my account because I just made some small purchases of, I think it was Solana. Yep. So I have a little bit of Solana. Ooh, you can see that. All right. So I don't even know why I have Flare. Weird. Interesting. Anyways, so you will, pick out what crypto project you're into. I would just say for the beginning, just buy Ethereum and just buy Bitcoin. It's not financial advice. That was what I started off buying. You can, if you want to go YOLO all your money into Doge and fucking SHIB, more power to you. Have at it. Enjoy. Not my thing. I stuck with what I was comfortable with at the time, which was Bitcoin and Ethereum, because that was what I did the most research on to begin with. So once you get all that taken care of, you're going to transfer your funds from your Coinbase account or whatever account you chose directly over to your ledger. That I will probably have to do in a separate video if I choose to, or if anyone's even interested in how to do that. It's very easy. Honestly, there's a great website called Dan Teaches Crypto. He's the first guy that I got in or started watching when I got into crypto. And that's actually kind of a good segue into what we're going to talk about next is how I do my research, who I watch. And remember that everyone is probably skewing something to a certain direction, so take everything with a grain of salt, what everyone says, right? Never believe that it's going to be the next 1000x coin, never believe that people are telling you the truth, and always do your own research. So the channels that I watch are Rob with Digital Asset News. And he does another channel, or he does a video with, it's called NFA Live, Not Financial Advice Live, with Benjamin Cohen and Coin Bureau. You can see that here. So you can see there's NFA Live. You can come here. Rob usually puts out videos every day. Like today he put out a video. Yesterday he put out a video. Um, again, that's Rob is who I started watching when I first got into crypto. So that's just huge. I recommend first. There's James with Invest Answers. Then you have another good one, Crypto R Us, which is George. And George does videos twice a day, Monday through Friday. Has a lot of really cool information. And remember, folks, you don't always have to don't take everything that these people have to say with, like it's gospel, right? You never want to believe everything they say. You want to do your own research. That being said, there is a whole bunch of videos and news articles that you can find just by going on the internet and typing in whatever project you're interested in that day. Another good sources obviously you're going to want to do is reading just random articles, so here we have just typed into Google daily crypto news. You have the Telegraph, Coin Ledger, CoinDesk. The Daily Hodl is another good one to read. Here you go. That's Daily Hodl. I don't know who Crypto Potato is. Daily Coin. Again, Crypto Daily is the one I actually do read. Coin Market Cap is a good one because it actually has a lot of relevant information. So you're always going to want to, before you spend any of your hard-earned money, look at the project, look into the fundamentals of it. Let's do some basic research. Like I said, when I first started in crypto, I was pretty much into Bitcoin and Ethereum because I did start watching Dan Digital Asset News with Rob and Ben Invest Answers. And I remember distinctly there was one episode where I don't remember who said it on DCA, which was their old show, that if you want to be doomed to, live the failures of the previous bull markets and bear markets, then go ahead. But I really had no interest in doing that. That's why I immediately stuck all my stuff on a ledger, and I was able to avoid any of the kind of craziness of FTX. I didn't have to worry about the Celsius collapse, because all my stuff was on my ledger. I had no ties to that. Everyone kept talking and you would see people promoting it. And those guys straight up robbed people and lied to people about what they were doing. So it never set right with me, because the whole point of me getting into Bitcoin was to become self-sovereign and become my own bank. It doesn't really seem like it's my money if it's locked up in someone else's control. So there's a saying that is in crypto: not your keys, not your coins. So if you don't have your key phrase, your keys, your seed phrases, then it's not your crypto. You don't have access to it. So that's kind of it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you guys would like to see more, feel free to drop a comment, anything like that. Any advice would be great. Like I said, this is probably just for my friends and family that I can send them a link to. But I may be back. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. See you next time.